Have you ever seen a woman and be like, wow, you don't know her. In fact, you've never seen this woman before. But something about her just catches your eye. She's not the loudest in the room. She's not the most dressed in the room. But she has something and you just cannot quite explain it. She walks in and people notice. She talks and people listen. She laughs and the whole energy in the room shifts. And you are standing there thinking, I want to be like that. The truth is, that woman is not special by accident. She wasn't created like that. She is not better than you in any way. She just knows something that you don't. She made choices over and over again, and those choices made her become the woman that you are now admiring. And in this video, I want to talk about those choices that she made that made her embody those qualities that everybody is admiring. I'm going to talk about 11 qualities that makes a woman stand out in the crowd. Hi everyone, my name is Nelly. If this is your first time, you're welcome. If you've not subscribed to this channel, now will be a good time for you to do so. And don't forget to put on the bell notification so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. The first quality that makes a woman stand out in the crowd is confidence. I needed to understand what confidence really means because most people get it wrong. No one is born confident just as many people believe. Confidence is something you build from scratch. Confidence is not about being perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You can be a confident woman and still be a work in progress. Confidence simply means you show up no matter what, even when you are nervous, even when you're not sure, even when things are not going the way you plan, you still show up. You still choose to speak up. You still choose to take up space. That is real confidence. A confident woman walks into a room and does not immediately look around to see who likes her and who doesn't. She doesn't make herself small so that others can feel comfortable. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. She says what she thinks. She does not need to wait for anybody's permission to do so. And something people don't talk about enough is that confidence protects you. When you truly believe in yourself, it is very hard for people to manipulate you or make you feel less than who you are because you already know who you are, and so nobody can use that against you. So how do you build confidence? You build confidence by doing the things that scare you, those things that you are most afraid of. When you do them, that is where you build your confidence from. Confidence comes from taking action, not before. It comes when you are doing something. It comes after doing that thing that scares you. So go and start doing those things that you have been afraid of doing. Do those things that scares you, and you will notice that gradually your confidence will start building. The second quality that makes a woman stand out is authenticity. Be real, be genuine, be unapologetically you. If you look around you today, you will see that a lot of people are performing on social media, in their workplaces, even with their own friends and family. Most people are pretending to be who they are not. They are pretending to be someone whom they think people will like and accept. And the funny thing is that when somebody is performing close to you, after a while you actually notice it because there is just something that feels off about them. You will notice that their energy does not match the words they say. A fake person can be spotted miles away. You don't even need proof. You just feel it. But a woman who is genuinely herself, a woman who does not change her personality depending on who is in the room, but a woman who owns her opinions, her flaws, her sense of humor, people will naturally be drawn to that kind of woman because real people are rare to come by these days, and being rare is very valuable. Authenticity means that you stop shrinking yourself to fit where you don't actually belong. You stop laughing at things that are not funny just for you to fit in. You stop pretending that you agree with something just for you to avoid conflict. You start showing up as you really are, and you let people take you for who you really are, or they live your life. In everything you do, show up as the real you. The people who likes the real you will surely be drawn to you. The third quality that makes a woman stand out is empathy. The world is becoming more and more selfish. Everyone is focused on their own life. Everybody is focused on their own problems. Everybody is walking their own lane. And that is not bad if you ask me. But the woman who can stop and genuinely show up for someone is really rare. Being empathetic does not mean you have to always fix everyone's problem. It does not mean you have to always say the right thing. Sometimes being empathetic just means you sit with someone in their moments of need. You listen to them. You don't make everything about yourself. You make them feel like what they are going through actually matters. When you are that kind of woman, people will naturally feel safe around you. They will open up to you. They will remember you, not because you gave them advice, but because you made them feel seen. heard, and valued. The women I admire most in my life are not the ones with the greatest achievements. They are the ones who made me feel like I mattered. That is real empathy, and it will make you unforgettable. The fourth quality that can make a woman stand out is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence just means that you understand your feelings and you know how to handle them. You don't just react to everything. You purse, you think, you respond from a calm place, not from a place of anger or hurt. Think about how many people you know who just explode at the smallest things. Someone says something slightly wrong to them and it becomes a whole drama. Someone disagrees with them and suddenly they are causing a big scene. An emotionally intelligent woman is not like that. Not because she doesn't feel those things, but because she has learned to pause before responding. She asks herself, is this really worth my energy? Am I reacting to the situation? Or am I reacting to something old? In relationship especially, this quality is everything. It's the difference between a difficult conversation that leads somewhere and a fight that destroys everything. When people know that you will not blow up at them, they trust you differently. They come to you. They respect your judgments. I've lost count of the number, but the next quality that can make a woman stand out in the crowd is friendliness. Being genuinely warm with people. There is a certain kind of woman who makes everyone feel welcome around her. You walk into her space and you immediately feel like you belong there. She doesn't look at you up and down before she decides that you deserve her energy. She doesn't only give warmth to people she thinks are useful to her. She's just warm with everyone. The whole world will love that kind of woman. Her employer, the cleaner, the strangers on the street. She treats everyone the same way. She does not discriminate. Being friendly with people is a daily choice that you can make. It can start with something as simple as smiling at them, remembering someone's name, checking on someone just for no reason, and you don't have anything to benefit from it. In a world where people are getting closed off every day, a genuinely warm woman will stand out and she will shine like lights. People will talk about her and they will bring other people to her, because when you make people feel welcome around you, they will keep coming back, and guess what? They will bring the world with them. Another quality that makes a woman stand out is independence. And let me be clear about what I mean, because people always misunderstand this word. Being independent does not mean you don't need anyone in your life. It doesn't mean you will refuse help and walk through life alone with your arms folded. If this is your definition of being independent, then that is not strength. That is pride. And these are two different things entirely. What independence really means is that you have built yourself in a way where you are not fully relying on someone else to decide the quality of your life. You have your own income. You have your own goals. There are things that you can actually handle yourself without calling for other people's help. And in relationships, this quality changes everything. When you are not desperate, when you don't need someone to survive, you can make decisions from a place of balance. You are not staying somewhere that is hurting you because you cannot afford to leave. You are not tolerating disrespect because you have no option. Being an independent woman gives you choices, and having your own choices gives you peace like nothing else in the world. Another quality that can make a woman stand out in the crowd is kindness, not niceness. Being nice and being kind are completely different things, because people tend to think that they are the same thing, but they are not the same. Being nice is letting people walk all over you. It's laughing when someone disrespects you because you don't want drama, you don't want problems. A nice person will say yes when they actually mean no, and they will go back and start getting bitter about it. They start regretting why they said yes in the first place. Being nice usually comes from you acting out of fear of being judged, fear of conflict, fear of being misunderstood, fear of being disliked by people. But being kind is different. Kindness is when you are genuinely warm from the inside. Kindness is when you show up for people without forcing it. Kindness gives without expecting anything in return. But in as much as kindness is good, kindness also has a backbone. A kind woman loves people freely, and she also knows her worth. She sets boundaries. She knows how she deserves to be treated. And when someone crosses a line that she has drawn, she speaks up calmly, clearly, and without offering any apology. You can be the warmest person in the room and still have standards. In fact, you see that combination, real warmth plus real boundaries, is one of the most powerful things a woman can have. Be known for your warmth. Be known for being warm and caring towards other people. But let them also know, so that they will not confuse it for weakness. Another quality that can make a woman stand out is humor. Have a good sense of humor. I have a friend who calls me specifically when he's in a bad mood. When that guy is in a bad mood, he will reach out to me and say, Nelly, I'm not okay. I just need to laugh. I just need to release the sadness. And honestly, I always love it. Truth be told, I love it when that guy calls me to tell me that he's in a bad mood and he just needs me to make him laugh. Because it means he knows I can make him feel better. I am not a comedian. I have not trained for it at all, but I just have a natural way of finding a funny side to everything. I have a way of saying the one thing that makes the whole room great again. You don't need to be a stand-up comedian. Some people are always very serious. In fact, if you wake up in the morning and you see some women's face, you feel like going back to the bed to sleep. Learn to laugh at yourself a little. Learn to find the light in everyday situation. Be the person who, when everyone is tense, will say things that will make everyone crack a smile. People can forget what you wear. They can actually forget your name, but they will never forget how you made them feel. They always remember how you made them feel. So if you give them even 5 minutes of laughter in a hard day, they will love you for it. And that is by no means a small thing. It is a genuine gift. Another quality that can make a woman stand out is positivity. And before you start thinking, I mean fake good vibes only energy, I don't mean that. Toxic positivity is you pretending that everything is fine when clearly it is not. And ignoring real problems, that's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is this. The ability to see possibility even when things are bad. The choice not to let everything that is going wrong blind you from seeing what is going right. There are people that finds problem in everything. When you share an idea, they immediately tells you why it will not work. You share good news with them and they are trying to find the catch. That kind of energy is exhausting, and trust me, people around those kind of people feel it. A woman who can sit with a hard situation and still find a way forward is the kind of person that people want to have around them. That kind of woman does not pretend that everything is perfect. She just refuses to give up on things before they even have a chance. Another quality of a woman who stands out in the crowd is God-fearing. And I am going to say this with care because I know that people come from different backgrounds and have different faiths. But here is something I have noticed. The most grounded and the most unshakable women I have ever met all had one thing in common. They were connected to something bigger than themselves. There is a kind of peace that comes from a woman who prays. A calm that makes no sense given what she's going through. A confidence that is not about ego or pride. A kind of confidence that comes from knowing that she's covered, that she's guided, and she knows that whatever she's facing, she's not facing it alone. For me personally, this is the foundation of everything else. My confidence comes from my faith. My peace comes from believing in God. When things around me are falling apart, the only thing that keeps me steady is that I'm grounded in my faith. I'm not telling you what to believe. I am only telling you to invest in your spiritual life. Don't live your spiritual life as the last thing on your list. Let your spiritual life, let whatever you believe be the thing that grounds you when everything else is shaking. Another quality that makes a woman stand out in the crowd is intelligence. This has nothing to do with your grades in school. It has nothing to do with your degree or your IQ. What I mean is simply this. Keep learning. Stay curious. Read books. Listen to content that actually teaches you something. Expose yourself to new ideas, different perspectives. Expose yourself to things that are outside of your everyday world.
I read a lot. I listen to content that challenges and stretches how I think.
And the result is that when I'm in any conversation, discussing any topic, I always have something to say about it. Even if I don't know a subject deeply, I have something to add. I have a question to ask that will move the conversation forward. A woman who keeps learning is a woman that is interesting to talk to. That woman will introduce you to things you don't know about. She will grow right in front of you. And she never stops learning because she actually enjoys it. For me personally, reading is one of my hobbies. I can't go a day without opening my book. It's not possible. Pick up a book, start a podcast, learn one new thing this week. Don't do it to impress anyone, but do it to help you grow. And I want to be honest with you, I don't have all these qualities perfectly. And truth be told, nobody does. These are things I work on every single day. The goal is not to be a perfect woman. The goal is to intentionally become the kind of woman that you're proud of. Pick one quality from the list, just one, and decide that this is what I'm going to pour into this week. And watch what changes. Watch how people respond to you differently, and watch how differently you feel about yourself. Because the kind of woman who stands out did not become that overnight. She just kept choosing herself quietly, consistently over time. If this video helped you, share it with a woman who needs to hear it today. And leave me a comment. Which quality are you working on right now? Or which one are you going to start working on? I genuinely want to know. So I'll see you in the next video.